Good evening. This is a regular meeting of the Princeton Planning Board. It's Thursday, April 5th, 2018, and the opening statement is as follows. Pursuant to Section 13 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given by prominently posting the 2018 agenda resolution of the regularly scheduled meetings of the Princeton Planning Board. Such notice has been placed on the official bulletin board at the Princeton Municipal Complex and is to be maintained throughout the year by transmitting a copy of such schedule to the Princeton Packet, Town Topics, the Times, Trentonian, and Comcast Media. A copy has been filed with the Clerk of Princeton on the 8th day of December 2017. Legal notice on the adoption of said resolution appeared in the December 15, 2017 edition of the Princeton Packet. Could you call the roll, please?
Ms. Capizzoli?
Here.
Mr. Cohn?
Here.
Mr. Quinn?
Here.
Mr. Stankiewicz?
Here.
Mr. Texarney?
Here.
Mrs. Ullman? Mr. Williamson? Mrs. Gunning?
You.
Ms. Wilson?
Here.
Ms. Sachs? We have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, the only announcement for this evening is that the Neighborhood Zoning Initiative will be holding 2 meetings next Wednesday, one from 4 to 5:30 in the community room, which is a workshop for design professionals and those who are interested in the new aspects of this initiative. And then at 7 o'clock the same evening, this is the 4th of April, there will be a session in the main meeting room going over some possible zoning changes. So this has been noticed for the committee. You can all attend if you want to, en masse or individually. Any other announcements? Anyone? No? The minutes which were listed on the agenda from October 19th have been tabled for correction and will appear on the agenda in the future. So that brings us to this evening's hearing, which is Landwind Development. This is a major subdivision and site plan. It's Province Line Road in Frederick Court, Block 102, Lot 6.02 and 1802. Mr. Solo, do you want to start us off on this one?
Sure.
I just wanted to say at the outset, for the record, that Eileen is advised that proof of publication and service are in order. The board does have jurisdiction.
Madam Chair, Tom Letizia, representing Landwind Development Corp. Before Mr. Solo begins, I'd like to talk about a procedural matter.
Yes.
You may all have an early evening. I just learned that a couple of the interested parties joining this property have hired counsel.
Yes.
He was just hired a couple hours ago, as I understand it. He would like time to prepare for this matter, and he has asked if he can be continued. What my preference and my client's preference is, rather than start the proceeding this evening, we would just postpone the whole thing to a date in the near future at which everyone then can be ready to present.
Well,
So that's my request. Joint request, I guess, also
Yeah, I'm
from
just-
the objectors as well.
what does... Well, Eileen is the keeper of the schedule. You know, if
Well,
we-
the next meeting, we're supposed to have the harmonization returned to us of the second part of the ordinance, and we do have a minor subdivision also scheduled for that night, and that has variances. That's the one that HPC had reviewed over on Birch, I believe. Right, and then the meeting after that is May 3rd, but we would have to secure our planning consultant to be at that meeting.
Right. You understand that Mr. Solo's is finishing up his illustrious career with us on the last day of April. And it's really, you're supposed to have the author of the report present at the meeting and giving an overview of the report and answering questions. So what does it look like? Could it be the third item on the agenda starting the next
I don't
meeting?
know if you want to do it that late in the night, because it is a rather large application, and I don't know how many meetings you want to continue it to. We could go to the May 3rd meeting. You would have the whole night.
May 3rd?
I'm sorry. Yes, May 3rd.
Yeah, May
yes.
3rd.
May 3rd is our meeting.
But we would have to use a
We
planning
would use
consultant.
our consultant.
Yeah,
Will Lee be available that night, that day?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're not here?
Is that?
Smiling.
Not so fast, Mr. Solo.
So I guess the question, if we do move this to May, what does that mean for your planner, and how would you approach that?
We can probably work through, I'm sorry, Jerry, did you want to comment? I'm sure I can go over the report with the consultant the board's going to be hiring.
Tom,
Yes.
our consultant is Spanish Associates.
I'm familiar with Mr. Banish, yes. Okay.
So that's what you're
That's
asking?
acceptable then, May 3rd? Yes.
Asking for May 3rd, and you're willing to have...
Accept jurisdiction tonight, which I believe you have,
Yes, I do
and
need
then
an
announce May
extension.
3rd.
Excuse me, I do need an extension, Tom, till the
Okay.
4th.
I grant an extension to May 4th,
Thank you.
and I'll send a written confirmation to you, Eileen. Yes.
All right, so are we going to accept jurisdiction, everyone? Yes. And this application will be carried to May 3rd. No, and there'll be no, for those of you who are neighbors or came out to hear this, there'll be no further notices sent out. So those who are not here, you'll have to tell them when the meeting is. It'll be at our regular time in this room. So, okay.
And again, we can have the entire night? Is that your understanding? Yes, okay. Thank you. Thank you all. 10:30? Okay.
Move to adjourn?
Thank you.
Second.
Yeah, well, you and I will vote.